What's up guys, Infernape here, and it's time to talk about what every Pokemon fan loves, starter Pokemon. After making my top 10 strongest starter Pokemon, I wanted to see what else I could do with the starter Pokemon, so I thought I would rank all of the starters from worst to best. A couple things to go over. I'm going to include Pikachu since I've used it in Pokemon Yellow. However, I'm not going to include Eevee because I've never played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and I don't even have a Nintendo Switch. Also, all of these are just my own opinion. You're free to have your own. Let me know what you think is the best starter Pokemon in the Pokemon franchise. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, I'm going to start with my least favourite starter, which is actually Mr. Umbreon's favourite starter, I think, and that is Meganium. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Meganium is so bad. It's definitely one of the worst Pokemon I've seen in my life. I do not understand how Mr. Umbreon likes that thing. It is so dull. I will admit that Chikorita is kinda cute, and I'm okay with Bayleef. It's definitely better than both Chikorita and Meganium. But when Bayleef goes into Meganium, it is an abomination. I definitely think they should have kept the leaf that it has on its head. But no, they decided to make it even have a longer neck, slightly bigger, and have flower around its neck with antennas. Who thought that this was a good idea? And not only that, it is useless in both competitive and in a playthrough. You can't use this in anything that you can name. It's so absolute trash. If you haven't guessed, I like the Pokemon that are really useful in battle and extremely powerful and look cool. And Meganium does not fit in any of those categories. And that's why it is, in my opinion, the worst starter Pokemon that has ever been so far. And I hope that we don't get anything worse. The next Pokemon entry is one of the newest ones out of the batch. It is by far one of the stupidest Pokemon I've seen in my life. But it's definitely got a bit of a love-hate relationship, and it's actually one of the Pokemon that's debated as one of the best starter Pokemon in a Alola playthrough. And I am talking about Primarina. Why do you exist? I hate Primarina with a passion. It is a horrible design, and I definitely think they could have made a much better water-type starter. If I did have to pick one that is better in the line, I'd probably go with Popplio, and the worst is definitely Primarina. Popplio is kind of cute. It's alright, but it's not great. But then it evolves into, by hands down, an abomination of a middle stage evolution. And Brionne is just... ugh, it just hurts my eyes just by looking at it. But when it goes into Primarina, it is even worse. I know it's supposed to be based off a siren, I think, but still, it is a stupid Pokemon. If we were going design-wise, I think Decidueye probably got the best design, but it's weak in battle. And still, Primarina has an okay design, but it's still absolute crap. And that's why I put it in this low on the list. Next up, we have a Pokemon from the Kalos region, who I thought was very entertaining in the anime, but it was just let down in the end. And that is Chesnaught. Now, before the hate starts, I want to make it abundantly clear that I do really like Chespin. Chespin is very entertaining in the anime, it's very cute, and I even have a plushie of a Chespin. But when it evolves, it becomes an abomination. When Chespin evolves into Quilladin, it is by far just plain out ugly. Like, it just looks like a fat acorn man that's just trying to cover up the leaves but couldn't because it's too fat. It kind of reminds me of something of that some Flower Pot Men show that I used to like as a child, but still, it is an abomination. Chestnut is alright, but its design is a bit meh. I will admit that Chestnut is an alright looking Pokemon when it's a shiny. Like, when it has when its shiny form is really good. Like, I even wish I had a shiny Chestnut. However, if it's just not great. Like, it looks like it's like wearing a backpack, and even though it's supposed to be a like spiny shield on its back or something, it reminds me of a backpack. Plus, it has a beard. Like, why would you give a Pokemon a beard? It just doesn't look right. Beards are for humans, not Pokemon. And on top of that, I hate its signature move, Spiky Shield. Like, all the other two got great like signature attacks. Like, Delphox got Mystical Fire, and Greninja got Water Shuriken. But I definitely think that Chestnut got the short end of the stick when it was given a signature move. And that's why I put it this low on this list. Next Pokemon on the list is actually a Pokemon that I did used to like, but for a while I kind of grew out of it. And that was Delphox. Now, back in the day, I only chose a Fire-type starter. I know, I was one of those guys that only picked the Fire-type starter. I'm pretty sure there's been many of those. Plus, I definitely think the Fire starters used to be really, really good. Up until when they released Fennekin's Evolutions. Now, I never saw a trailer for X and Y, so I didn't know what the starters were. But I did see that there was a Fire-type starter, which looked kind of cute, which was Fennekin. So I decided I had to pick Fennekin as my starter. But I didn't know that it evolved into an absolute abomination. To me, I definitely think that we should have had like Fennekin's final evolution as Quadruped. But still, it is a very crap design. Like, I don't know anybody that likes Braixen or Delphox. They're both horrible, horrible designs. Like, seriously, Delphox looks like it has enough ear hair to pretty much warm everybody in the UK. And that's saying something. If I had to pick two redeeming qualities, I would probably say that Delphox's shiny form is amazing. And its signature move is okay, I guess. But I think that Mystical Fire is probably the best signature move out of all three. But still, Delphox is awful. Speaking of awful, here is an awful Pokemon from Generation 5. And apparently the best starter to use in Black and White 2. And that is Samurott. Now, before I get any hate, I want to make it abundantly clear that I like Oshawott. I do really like Oshawott. It's really cute and very entertaining in the anime. Duwott is okay. Like, it could have been better, but it's still kind of cool. But Samurott is not cool. It's not even on Infernape's level. It's just really bad. The only time that I actually ever used a Samurott is when I found out that apparently it's supposed to be the best starter to use in a Black and White 2 playthrough. And it was okay. I named it Tokugawa since it's based off a Shogun, and there was a Shogun called Tokugawa. And it was kind of cool. I think it had Razor Shell, Hydro Cannon, Mega Horn, and Ice Beam or something like that. And it did sweep quite a lot of competition. It was my highest Pokemon, I think it was like 81 or something like that. And it was very powerful, but that's only in a playthrough. Like, I don't think Samurott will be much use if it was using competitive. And that's why I put Samurott this high on the list. Next up is another crappy water starter, and that is Empoleon. Seriously, this thing is useless in a playthrough. Like, Piplup is really cute, like I've mentioned before. It's an adorable water starter, and I'm glad Dawn never evolved it. Because when it does evolve, it becomes, by far, hands down, no questions asked, horrible middle stage evolution that has ever been. Like, seriously, does anybody here like Prinplup? Seriously, dude, that thing is just so ugly. Like, seriously, Prinplup it's just really awful. Like, it kind of looks like it's had, like, marshmallows. It fell on its stomach, and it couldn't be asked to clean up later. But when it evolves into Empoleon, it becomes really, really stupid. The only redeeming quality for Empoleon that I can actually see is its blade wings are kind of cool. But I would have replaced it with giant trident claws. Like, that would have been really sick. Like, the blade wings with trident claws sound absolutely amazing. But no, we've got 3 little toothpicks inside of its blade wings that's only good to carry other toothpicks. And the trident on its face looks so stupid. It looks like they put a super glue on there and hope for the best. And that's why I hate Empoleon. Okay, it's time to get into yet another Pokemon that I absolutely hate. And that is Serperior. Now, I will admit that Snivy is cool. It has a nice design, and it was very entertaining in the anime. Like, Ash's Snivy was absolutely hilarious. But I hate its evolved form, Servine. Like, Servine is okay, but it could have been better. Like, I'm sure that many people that I know who are like art designers could come up with a way better design for a Servine. And the same could go with Serperior, because Serperior is absolute hot trash. They made it look really powerful in the anime, however, it is not powerful in a playthrough of either Black, White, or Black and White 2. It's only good against Clay and Marlin in the remakes. But its only redeeming quality is when it got its hidden ability. If you didn't already know, Serperior's hidden ability is Contrary, which does the opposite effect and it's either getting its stats raised or lowered. So if its stats are lowered, it then goes up. If its stats goes up, it then goes down. So if you give it a Leaf Storm, each time it's used and hits, it will up its special attack, which is actually quite good. By the way, I have used a Serperior with Contrary, and it is quite cool. Like, the only time I'd ever use a Serperior if I was actually facing like people and I was using it in a competitive team. But it doesn't take away the fact that I do not like Serperior, and that's why I put it this low on the list. Time to talk about another Pokemon that I'm not quite fond of, and that is Swampert. Now, I do really like Mudkip. It is really, really adorable. However, Marshtomp is hideous. Like, how do people think that Marshtomp is cute? It's not. It is an abomination. But when it gets into Swampert, it's even worse. Now, I will admit that Swampert's design is okay, kind of. It's alright, it's not the best. But its shiny is crap. Like, if you haven't guessed, I'm not usually fond of pink shinies unless it's shiny Dratini or shiny Dragonair, because that works. It does not work on a Swampert. And not only that, it can't even learn one of the best water-type moves, Hydro Pump, unless it stays in the Mudkip stage, and you evolve into Marshtomp and then Swampert. I don't actually have the time and effort to keep it in a Mudkip stage just so it can learn a very powerful attack, which is Hydro Pump. And that's why I despise Swampert. I will admit its Mega is okay, but I will not use a Swampert unless it's for an Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon playthrough. This next Pokemon I haven't actually used in a battle or a playthrough, but I still think it's shiny and its design is really amazing. and that is Decidueye. When I first saw the final evolutionary forms for Alola starters, for me it was a toss-up to choose either a Rowlet or Litten, but since everybody was choosing either Popplio or Rowlet, I decided to be different and chose Litten. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that Rowlet is adorable, because it is. However, I'm not too fond of Dartrix. I mean, it's okay, but I've seen better middle stage evolutions. But I will admit that Decidueye does have a badass final form. If I had to pick a downside about Decidueye, I would probably say it's awful in a playthrough, and its learn set is hot garbage, and its stats are hot garbage. Its physical attack stat is better than its special attack stat, but it can learn more special moves than it can physical moves. So you're going to have to fit in at least 1 or 2 special moves, which is hot garbage. And if you want to put in some sort of physical attack, it's not going to be very good. Like, the best physical attack that's not stab is Brave Bird. And it's not, it used to be a flying type, but it gave it up to be a ghost type. I just wish that Decidueye is more powerful. And that's why I put it this low on the list. Okay, now we're getting into Pokemon that I do kind of like, but only just managed to not get into the top 10. And the one who made it in 12th place is Blastoise. Now, I don't really know anybody that dislikes the Blastoise line. It's really good. Like, Squirtle is really adorable, Wartortle is a middle stage evolution done right, and Blastoise is just a very powerful turtle. Not only that, it's also the best starter to use when you're playing either red or blue. Keep that in mind, because I may be making a best as team like Miss Gumbreon has, but that's neither here nor there. It is a very good Pokemon, and it learns quite a lot of good moves as well, and its Mega Evolution is very impressive. The reason it didn't get into the top 10 is because I do prefer other Pokemon to Blastoise, but still, I do really, really like Blastoise. Alright, in the 11th spot is actually M&J TV's favourite Pokemon of all time, and that is Sceptile. The only person that I know that doesn't like Sceptile is Seschar4, but other than that, I don't know anybody that hates Sceptile. It's such a cool Pokemon. When it goes into Treecko, then Grovyle, and then Sceptile, it all stays as cool as it can be. It is such a cool Pokemon. I don't see how anybody could dislike Sceptile. Fun fact, Sceptile was Ash's powerhouse for the Hoenn region, taking down quite a lot of Pokemon, including Tobias's OP Darkrai, which has knocked out 8 gym leaders and swept through the entire Sinnoh League, apart from battling with Ash. And that was definitely a proud moment for all Sceptile fans. I do also quite like its Mega Evolution, but I think it could have been better. Like, I don't understand why it's suddenly a Dragon type, and now it's like, ooh, turn around, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna show off my Christmas tree tail. Like, I don't understand it. It's still an alright Mega Evolution, but it could have been better. I actually double answered it last second, so I literally just remembered the real 11th spot is actually for Feraligatr. Now, I really, really like Feraligatr. It's an amazing Pokemon. I don't know anybody that hates Feraligatr. It's just so cool. Like, if you like base a Pokemon off of a crocodile and alligator, or whatever it's based on, it will be a smashing hit. Feraligatr is very good and competitive as well. If you want to make a competitive Feraligatr, I recommend giving it its hidden ability with Sheer Force, and EV train it with attack, speed, and maybe a little in defense or something, maybe a little bit of HP. I recommend giving it this moveset. It will be Waterfall, Crunch, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. That is a very powerful moveset if you ask me, and I definitely think you'll sweep through quite a lot of competition using that moveset. Okay, it's time to get into what you've all been waiting for, the top 10. At number 10, we have Pikachu. Now, I don't know how powerful Pikachu is when it's using Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, because I don't have the game and I don't have a Switch. But I do know that Pikachu is very useful when you use it in Pokemon Yellow. If you want a great moveset for a Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow, you have to give it Thunderbolt, Thunder, Body Slam, and Agility. That is a very, very good moveset. Thunderbolt and Thunder for stab, Body Slam, so that way you can paralyze your Pokemon, and Agility to outspeed. That is a very good moveset if you ask me. Fun fact, it's actually the moveset I actually made for my best team for Pokemon Yellow. Even though I'm definitely considering making a best team, since there are quite a few instances where I disagree with Mr. Grumbion's best team. If you think I should, let me know down in the comments below. At number 9, we have my only favourite starter Pokemon from the Alola region, and that is Incineroar. I know so many people don't like Incineroar, saying that it looks like a tiger from Shreddies, or it's a useless Pokemon, but I definitely think it is a great Pokemon. Even my friend David doesn't like Incineroar. You don't want to know what he thinks when an Incineroar uses Flamethrower. Trust me, it's not good for this channel. I think Litten is adorable, Incineroar is badass, and Torracat is a combination of the two. It is so amazing. I love Incineroar, and I definitely think it is the best starter to use in an Alola playthrough. At number 8, we have the best starter to use in a Unova playthrough, and my favourite Pokemon from the Unova region, and that is Emboar. Before any of you click away from the video, hear me out. I really like Emboar. I know it's not the best starter in the world. I get that. I even think it's not the greatest starter ever. But I definitely think it's probably the best starter when it comes to design and playthrough. Tepig has got to be the cutest starter out of all of them. And Emboar is probably the best final starter out of all of them. However, I'm not a huge fan of Pignite. It looks like a fat wrestler wearing a wrestling leotard. It's not the best starter, not the best middle starter in the world, but I definitely think Emboar is an amazing final starter Pokemon. Look at it this way, not only can it learn fire and fighting moves, but it can learn lots of different types of moves, such as rock type, grass type, electric type, dark type, and even water type. That's right, it can learn Scald. Other than Volcanion, how many other fire types are there that can learn water attacks? So considering that Emboar is the best starter to use in a Unova playthrough and can learn many, many different types of moves, I definitely think that this deserves this spot on the list. At number 7, we have the best starter to use in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and that is Venusaur. I love Venusaur. And not only that, I love Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. They are all just amazing Pokemon. I know that Venusaur is the least popular one out of the lot, but I personally love it. It is an amazing Pokemon. To me, if I had to pick the worst one out of the 3 of the Kanto starters, I'll probably go Squirtle and Blastoise. I'm sorry, but I do really like them. Still, Venusaur and its line is amazing. And its Mega is actually really good as well. And that's why it deserves its place on the list. At number 6, we have the first Pokemon I ever picked when I played Pokemon Pearl. And that is Torterra. Even though Torterra is technically a worst starter to use in a Sinnoh playthrough, I love Torterra. It is so badass. Turtwig is really cute. That's why I kind of chose it to begin with. And then when it evolves into Grottle, it becomes even more amazing. And then when it becomes Torterra, it is so badass. The main reason I actually chose Twig was actually because of Paul Torterra. Because I thought if Torterra is that strong, I thought if I owned a Torterra, I would be technically known as a very powerful trainer. I love Torterra. I just wish it was better in competitive and in a playthrough. At number 4, we have the best starter to use for a Hoenn playthrough, in my own opinion, and that is Blaziken. Blaziken is the epitome of badass. It is just so cool. Like, it starts as a really cute Torchic, then goes into Combusken, which people like to take the mick out of. If you don't know why, just take away its arms and its legs and you'll see why. But when it evolves into Blaziken, it becomes so badass. Not only is it badass, it's super powerful. Blaziken and Mega Blaziken are both in Uber because of its hidden ability Speed Boost. If you don't know what Speed Boost is, after each turn, its speed stat adds go up. So, give it a few bulk ups and make it go up with Speed Boost and just sweep. That's how your match will go if you had Speed Boost. That's why Blaziken had to be on this list. At number 4, we have my favourite Pokemon from the Kanto region, and that is Charizard. Call me a Gen 1er if you must, I honestly don't care. I love Charizard. Like, it's just such a badass Pokemon. Like, Ash's Charizard was great in the anime, Charizard's great in a playthrough, and it's just such amazing design. And I love Red's Charizard in the Pokemon Origin Saga. But the best thing about Charizard is got to be either its shiny and its Mega Evolutions. I do really like both the X and the Y form, but my personal favourite is the X. I do really think that the Y is cool, but the X is badass. They're both equally great and competitive, being in the OU tier, but I think that a Mega Charizard X is a tiny bit more powerful thanks to Tough Claws. If you want to make a great Mega Charizard X, give it either Jolly or Adamant Nature, EV train it in attack, speed, and a little bit in defense. Then you have to give it the moves Fire Punch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Roost. That Charizard will annihilate any Pokemon on the field. At number 3, we have the first Pokemon that I ever called my own, and the best starter to use in a Johto playthrough, and that is Typhlosion. Like I said earlier, the main reason I put Typhlosion in the top 3 is probably because it was the first Pokemon that I ever called my own. The first Pokemon game I ever played was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and the first Pokemon I picked was Cyndaquil, because I quite like Chimchar in the anime, so if I thought I owned another Fire-type starter, it kind of felt like I had a Chimchar with me, even though they're different species of Pokemon. Typhlosion is just so overpowered in the playthrough of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, I definitely think you need to give it Flamethrower, Sunny Day, and Solar Beam. That will definitely help quite a lot. If you want to give it another move, I'd probably say Earthquake, but it's up to you. Like, it is such an amazing Pokemon. I love it, love it, love it. And that's why I had to put it in the top 3. But I'm pretty sure you can guess what the other 2 is and in which order, but let's carry on with the video anyway. At number 2, we have the best Kalos starter Pokemon, and that is Greninja. I don't know anybody that hates Greninja. I love it. As soon as I saw it in a playthrough of X, I immediately thought I made the wrong decision when it came to picking a starter Pokemon. So afterwards, I just reset the data, and then I chose my Froakie. I loved using Greninja in a playthrough. Like, it was very powerful. He can easily sweep through Karina's gym with an Aerial Ace. Same goes for Ramos. It's a little tricky to deal with Clement, but I can use it up against many trainers, gym leaders, and Elite Four, and especially the champion. I love Greninja. And not only just because it's very powerful in a playthrough, I love it for its protein ability and its Ash Greninja form. To me, Ash Greninja is the best form of Greninja. It is so cool and overpowered from the games and the anime. And that's why I put it in the top 2. Finally, at number 1, we have my favourite starter from the Sinnoh region and my favourite Pokemon of all time. You know it, you love it, Infernape! I'm 100% sure everybody saw this coming, but I'll give a brief description again if you've never seen my reasons of liking Infernape. I feel sorry for Chimchar's upbringing with Paul, because it only wanted Chimchar because of its raw power when it used Blaze to scare off some Zangoose. And after a while, it tried to duplicate the power of Blaze, but couldn't do it. So it gave up on it and then tried to find a different fire type. And then Ash stepped in and caught Chimchar and raised it under its wing. And they went through an amazing time together. Like, it's just such an amazing Pokemon. It's won Ash many gym battles, important rival battles, and it has won many battles in the Sinnoh League as well. But I'm not just talking about the anime. I think that Infernape is amazing in the games as well. In any game that Chimchar or Infernape is available in, it will annihilate any Pokemon that you need it to. Like, it's just such an amazing Pokemon. And not only that, it's great and competitive as well. I've already said how to make a competitive Infernape, so I'm not going to say it again. But it is an amazing Pokemon. It will annihilate any Pokemon you can think of. I even think it might even hold its own against legendary Pokemon. And that's why I love Infernape, and that's why it's at number 1. And there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. And let me know down in the comment section below what you think is the best starter Pokemon. Also, before I go, I've been getting many good ideas on my 50 subscriber goal. I want to have at least one more idea so I can then decide what I should do for my 50 subscriber goal. So let me know down in the comment section below what you want me to do for my 50 subscriber goal. The one with the best idea wins. If you enjoyed the video as much as I did, please give it a massive thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share this video with a friend, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel to be an Inferno today. Okay, that's all from me, so until the next time, this is Infernape, signing off. Bye!